Hi, one forum news brings you the best. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Your comment and all likes will be highly appreciated. Yes, some days ago, we told you or we gave you briefing or tips on how to prevent kidnapping, particularly with kids or children. But today, we are telling you or teaching you something about how to survive when kidnapped, sadly or unfortunately kidnapped, how to be able to survive, and if God permit, you're able to escape from these kidnappers. Let's go straight to it. The first thing that you have to do is you have to be very aware of your environment. How do you be aware of your environment? Know the places that you go, the places that you don't have to go. You know, there are places that you make yourself prone to be kidnapped. Yes, we all know the places that you are not supposed to be at the very time or the given time. Yes, when you are in South Africa, you know, when you're in Nigeria, you know, when you're in Ghana, you know, when you're in Egypt, you know, when you're in Liberia, you know, when you are in Libya, you know, yes, all over Africa or wherever you are, you know that there are places that you're not supposed to be. Once you get there, you may or may not be kidnapped. That is why you have to stay very safe out there. But the first thing that you do, you know, most often than when you are kidnapped, they will blindfold you. Your eyes will be covered. So wherever they are taking you to, you may not be able to take note of any landmark. But as soon as those blinds are taken out or those things are taken out of your eyes, please make sure that you recognize a landmark, even if it's in a hidden darkness somewhere. That is where the difficulty will be. But any least opportunity that you have, please make sure that you identify a landmark so that you can be able to trace your route out in case you get the opportunity. Yes, and the next thing that you, the second most important thing is always carry a tool with you. When I talk about tool, I'm talking about maybe simple tools in the home. You can talk about screwdriver. You can talk about chisels, small chisels somewhere. You can talk about some small knife somewhere. You can talk something to defend yourself. Please, if you don't have the permit, or if you don't have the permission to carry gun, don't carry any weapon. No, you don't have to. Yes, you don't have to carry guns if you are not supposed to carry guns. But always make sure that you carry a tool to be able to defend yourself in times like that, because that is very important. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, something happens to an uncle of mine in the past. It was many years ago. We were young then. He was confronted by a guy, unknown people. They decided to attack him. But at that very time, it was in the night. By that very moment, he earlier bought a kebab or steak of kebab for his nephew, who he met in the street. Yes. So this young guy, after chewing the kebab, decided to have the steak with him. So he was holding the steak and they were moving. And all of a sudden, these bad guys got to them. So this young man pulled the kebab steak, and that was what they used as the weapon. So after using the thing to stab them, they allowed them to go. That was their way of survival. That is why all the time have something to defend or to protect yourself. It's very important. Yes, no matter who you are. Sometimes you know our ladies, they have the pepper spray. Yes, they have that. It's also very important. Yes, even as a gentleman, you can have that pepper spray. Once the person attempts to attack you, just spray the person so that you'll be able to be safe out there. It's very important. Yes, someone may ask, so now if they overpower you, you are not able to defend yourself, what are you going to do? That brings us to the third point. Please submit or fight. Yes, it's two things. Either you submit or you fight. If you know very well that you weigh the options, you can fight and survive, you have to give it a chance. Yes, because that's your last opportunity. Once you are taken away, the returning of you is going to be very difficult. That's why you must do everything possible not to be captured in the first place. Sadly, not to be captured in the first place. So you have to fight your heart out. It's very important, but know very well that you have the strength, you can withstand everything and be able to fight the people before you do that. But if you cannot, please give it a try to submit to them in order for you to be alive. Then other consequences will come and we'll all sympathize with you and try to recapture you from them. That is very important. Though it's not easy, but there is a need for you to put in measures to prevent things like that, that is kidnapping. Now, the fourth point that you also have to do is practice employing an armed or improvised weapon combat. Yeah, that is also technical. If you are not technically inclined, or you are not a military person or well-trained security person or well-trained civilian, please, it's very dangerous for you to do something like that. Very dangerous. But if you have a technical know-how, you can be able to deploy or employ those things. Please, why not use them to your advantage? It's very important, so that the bad guys out there will not take you. Once they take you away, the chance of you returning is very slim. That is why you must always fight to be safe first before any other thing. That is very paramount. The fifth point is seize any opportunity at all to fly away or to run away. Very, very important. Yes, but make sure that everywhere is safe for you to be able to run away before you make the attempt. And when you are running away, make sure that you do it in a way that none of them, the bad guys, will see you. Because once they see you, that will compound your problem. That is why you must also be very, very tactical when you decide to run away from this kidnapper. But the best and the foremost thing for us to do is always to remain safe and stay safe, not go to dangerous zones or places of issues like that. And always be very particular about environment or everywhere that we find ourselves. Let's be safe all the time and be very protective of ourselves. The first point of defense is yourself, no other person. So try as much as possible to prevent you being kidnapped so that there will not be any reason why you have to deploy all these points that were given to you. But in case, unfortunately, something like that happened to you, please put these measures in place and you may and you will be safe one day. Please, for more about stories and issues and critical analysis like this, kindly subscribe to this channel, One Forum News, for the best when it comes to security and crime, for the best when it comes to politics of Africa and historical antecedents. Your comments and your likes will be highly appreciated. Please, your recommendation in your comment section are very, very important to us. We are expecting more from you. Always be in touch. Keep the debate on. Thank you so much.